music. Which one do you want?
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. Times and I can't get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Okay, everyone, welcome to Monday Mayhem. And, well, I'm your host, Rickzilla, and it's gonna be one crazy first day of the week. It's the first day of the week, but the last Monday of August. So, yeah. It's August 30th. 2021, and already things are starting to get crazier than before. So, we got Shani, we got Rev, we got some Madrasdia, and we got some Lucas Werner, as well as some Von Hilton, and who knows what we have, because this is going to be one hell of a show. So let's start off with the 15-second videos that Shani has put out.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Sorry, I had to hear that.
A little mystery to figure out.
Shut the fuck up, Shani. You suck at singing. There you go. Sorry, I just forgot to put in my filter, my green, my light. Hey, Widow Son. Peace be with you too.
Let's give them something to talk about. How about love?
You suck at singing, Shani. And, by the way, I'm going to say this.
Dudes, I'm freaking Sparta. I'm not afraid of 100,000 people. Are you kidding me? I've been on the Drunken Peasants 1,000 million fucking times.
You've been on the Drunken Peasants once, and you were basically a subject matter on the Drunken Peasants. You're not some...
Who cares? They're just fat fucking losers with big fucking mouths.
Kind of sounds like you. Alright.
Hey, Billy. The only reason Missy Ann fucked you was you gave her meth. That's the only reason she would fuck your ugly ass. She had to be high off of her gourd.
Like you, Shani? I mean, look at you. You're high off your fucking gourd. Get this furry off my channel. Anyway. More up. Yes, I will be calling Shani a furry because she looks like a furry. Well, a degenerate. Well, then again, I wouldn't associate furries with her because... But then again, furries have had a bad rep when it comes to being associated with disgusting degenerates. And who knows, maybe she might be. But we know that Shani, one of Shani's former mods was a furry. And I'm talking about Megan Hiltz.
Dude, what was up with that?
Oh, dude, you're giving me a platform to do something awesome. I wanted to just say that Monty called my wife trash, so I want to say that Monty is a
he's putting that weird song, Incest is the right thing to do, or something like that. That weird-ass, fucking dumbass song. No, incest ain't the best thing to do. Especially if it's your 80-year-old mother with onset dementia.
That fucking bitch-titted... What? What the fuck?
Yeah, Monty... Yeah, Rev called Monty the N-word. Goes to show how much of a... Call her what he is, and that is trash. Yeah, she is trash. But who knows? Maybe she could be into that weird... into some degenerate shit. I mean, she is a degenerate. And she's basically coked out of her gourd. So, let's take a look at what Rev said. He is gonna apologize to Monty. Let's hope he knows what he's saying.
This goes out to the bitch-titted individual named Monty. Number one, sir, I'd like to apologize to you because that is an untoward word to use on anyone. Okay, it's untoward, and I want to be a gentleman to individuals, even...
You're not a gentleman of shit, you disgusting I don't know what to say about Rev. I mean, he is just vile, disgusting, and a complete lowlife. He is nothing more than a wet-brained, mindless troglodyte. That's all I can say. That's what I can call Rev.
Even individuals that might be my enemy. And why do you make me your enemy, Monty? Because I have white skin.
No,
I don't understand it.
No, you make enemies. You make enemies out of everyone you don't like. You and Shani have made enemies out of everyone you don't like, or everyone who doesn't stroke Shani's ego.
You believe lies. That's your problem. Okay? You're believing lies about individuals that you would probably be chill with.
You called Monty the N-word. You fucking called Monty the N-word almost 24 hours ago. You think people are gonna forget about that? You think people are you fucking stupid? Do you think everyone on the planet is about as dumb as you? What are you trying to prove? That everyone should be exactly like Shani? Face it, she's alone. And she's gonna die alone.
Do you get what I'm saying, bro? Okay, but I want to apologize to you directly for calling you that name on Draven's show. Because it wasn't appropriate, and nobody should be called that word. Moving on.
No. You're apologizing because you got called out. And, frankly, it goes to show that you are nothing more than a racist, a narcissist, and a piece of human white trash who deserves to be locked in a padded cell where you belong. You and your cow.
Now I have to preach at you, Monty.
Oh,
okay,
God,
because
no.
I'm pretty sure you're one of these really cool, I'm a cool individual atheist. Are you atheist, Monty? Or are you something different? I'm pretty sure you're atheist. So if you're atheist, we have something to talk about. Because I don't see how you get a universe without a prime mover. And science said it now.
About that whole science has said that God is real. About that whole story about how Rev keeps saying that science has confirmed that God is real. Well, that's a creepypasta. That's a fucking creepypasta that Shani and Rev watched on YouTube and believed and thought was totally legit. That's where they got it from. A fucking creepypasta.
Moving on. Monty.
Hey, Chrissy.
This is Romans 1:29, and you've heard it a billion times from G to the M to the N, A to the N, G, man. You've heard it from him a billion times, okay?
Oh, my God. You're preaching... No. No.
Romans 1:29 reads as such, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate. That's the big one that my Shani just blows it away with. Okay? She's a good teacher of the Bible, too.
No, she's not.
Listen to her about the Bible.
Again, you guys know nothing about the Bible. You only preach what you like with With religion, as with all things, Shani only hears what she wants to hear. She has a strained relationship with religion, and to the point where Shani believes that she is basically God's chosen warrior, or that she is a goddess from an alternate dimension.
Monty, listen to me. You got to repent because Jesus is coming soon.
Like I said, the dimensional merge. Thank you. The dimensional merge is happening, according to... Oh, wait, no. Dimensional merge will happen when Chris gets bummed in the showers. And I could see something happening to Rev once they find out something about him that is incriminating. I am hoping that happens.
Debate deceit. Wow, how much deceit have you heard about Shani and me, and you sit there?
Again, Monty doesn't talk about you guys that much. They make fun of you. They joke about you every once in a while, but most of the things that they do, that Hannibal and Monty do, they just talk about shit that interests them. And Monty's a really nice dude. He's funny as hell. Something Shani will never be. And I know what you're doing. Rev, you're basically trying to... You and Shani are trying to force people to join your abortive cult. This is why... I think you're trying to start a cult. Like a Charlie Manson type deal.
There. And then you call my wife trash, and you think I'm not going to call you something? What do you think I'm going to call you when I'm really angry, Monty? But I apologize for that.
You don't call him anything when you're angry, because, again... Look, Rev, Shani has destroyed you. Physically, mentally, and psychologically. There's no point in helping you. You're fucked. And honestly, you, Shani and Rev are, as I keep saying over and over again, are oversized babies. They're old infants. They are not maturely equipped to handle anything. And Shani is extremely unstable and extremely dangerous to everyone around her.
Because it was wrong and not good. Malignity. Cancerous shit. Internet cancer is hate channels and reaction channels posing as commentary.
Reaction channels are not hate channels. And, oh my god. This is why I keep calling them, this is why I refer to them as old infants, or adult babies, or adult children, is because they like to tell childish lies. And what's funny is that they expect their lies to be accepted as truth, despite conflicting with actual facts and evidence. Kind of like Von Helton.
Commentary, my asshole. Whispers. And then it goes into 30. See, there's a big list here. It goes into verse 32. You got backbiters. Oh my God. We know about those types. Haters of God. Well, see? A lot of the atheists do hate God. They say they don't believe he exists, but they actually hate him, which is called a misotheist. I learned that term from Veckel. Thank you, Veckel.
See? See what I mean? They're easily... Shani's ego... I said this in Draven's stream last night, is that Shani's ego... Shani values her ego more than she values everyone. Hell, more than she values her kids. And that makes her susceptible to manipulation from outside forces. People like G-Man and Tragic will take the opportunity to feed her false platitudes, to slander people and try to silence them.
Brother. Despiteful. Proud. Oh man, see, all of us are guilty of that sometimes. Can be proud sometimes. A proud spirit.
Rev is basically the... Shani and Rev are the living embodiments of it will get worse. the definition of insanity, because they keep repeating the same shit over and over again.
Boasters, absolutely. Inventors of evil things. Disobedient to parents, without understanding, this is going into 31, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. See, that's the bit. Okay, he ends it with the biggest one. Because the sin of Sodom and Gomorrah,
like I said, Rev knows nothing about the Bible.
was inhospitality. The sin of Sodom and Gomorrah was inhospitality. It was not homosexuality, and I don't know where that came from. But that's the truth. It's about people that are not willing to be charitable to others. I've been seeking charity.
Yes, you've been... and by seeking charity, you mean e-begging for cigarette money. Like I said, oversized children.
And you guys have been hating on us and calling us scammers.
Well, technically, you were scammers.
Two people.
You were scamming all of your simps out of their money. For what? Not to put food... Where did that money go, Rev? Where did that money go? It didn't go to putting food on the table for the kids. No. It went to you and Shani buying frivolous shit. And because, yeah, materialistic wealth is more important than feeding your kids.
That are meek as lambs normally. You gotta repent, Monty.
Curse the trolls. Peace to everyone else. Alright, so... I'm not gonna look at that shit. This is what I was here for. Oh, and by the way, congratulations to XX on, congratulations to XX on her baby. Sorry, I'm sometimes when you watch Shani, your brain gets fucked up. But congratulations to XX for her first child. I mean, good, Sabella. Anyway, this one goes to shout out to XX, who is now a mommy. Congratulations.
I'm in a preachy, talkative mood today, folks. I am in a preachy, talkative mode. Because I believe God right now.
Really? Like I said, Shani is just like Von Helton. She believes that she believes that her God is gonna kill all her haters. Just like how Von Helton keeps saying that his gods are gonna kill all his haters.
Is fully establishing his vengeance upon mankind for treating others like total horse crap. I truly, truly, truly believe that this is the time where God avenges his children. Because I've been...
You're not God's child. You never were. You were an atheist before you decided to use Christianity. Hell, you were even a Satanist at one point, Shani. So you were never always God's perfect child. Nor are you... Like I said, Shani is not a perfect example of a Christian.
Seeing it little by little by little by little by little. And it's a good thing that God avenges people, because you don't have to go and have the guilt upon you that you're
How many times has
avenging other
Shani
people,
said
you know
God
what I mean?
avenges me?
Instead, it's God doing his ultimate, discipline onto people. And usually when he does avenge and you allow him to avenge for you, you get the results that you wanted to begin with. Instead of doing the vengeance yourself.
I know damn well you want to exact revenge on people who fuck with you because you're a vengeful bitch, a cold-hearted, monstrous, evil demon of a woman, Shani. You are not the child of God. You are the spawn of Satan.
And then everyone hates you for doing said vengeance. You see what I mean? Like, for instance, look what I did today. Everyone is bitching and complaining
Shani is basically the Antichrist.
about me because I decided to take out my own vengeance and be a little
Or at
snarky
least.
bitch to everyone. Did it turn out the way?
Actually, no. Shani is a fucking idiot. No, she's not the Antichrist. Even the Antichrist won't tolerate her behavior. No, Shani is a fucking idiot. That's all she'll ever be, is nothing more than a fucking idiot.
The way I expected it, pretty much. Because my point was to prove how you guys are the whole time.
Hateful?
While being my clever, beautiful self.
You're not beautiful, and you're not clever. You are the dumbest person I've ever seen, and you are the most... and you are extremely ugly, inside and out. Hell, even Christian looks more like a woman than you will ever be. And I gotta stop comparing Shani to Christian. It's not fair to the other lolcows who are similar to Chris. Because, again, they are. All of them are. Every lolcow that we've covered is an extension of Chris Chan. Shani is with the hubris and the ego. And the delusions. So,
See, you guys have a problem with this vengeance thing. You guys have a problem with trying to put it on to someone, trying to attack someone, trying to get them. And it never works your favor. You know what the definition of insanity is?
You.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And you guys been doing the same thing for me for 10 years. And
you've been doing the same thing for 10 years. Well, technically, you were doing the same thing as well for 10 years. You keep going on people's channel. Well, you keep bitching about lying about people, getting tricked by a bunch of assholes, and of course, you're doing the same thing as well. You're reacting and responding to people's videos about you. And you're obsessed over it. You're the one who's obsessed over the fact that people are talking about you. You just, like I said, all you have to do is just ignore it. But no, you want the attention. What you're doing is you're wanting attention, and you're obsessed with the idea of having attention. So you go onto other people's channels to try and, like, get the attention, try to, like, rile people, and try to, like, start beef with people. And honestly, you're never gonna succeed. And from what I heard, your Discord might have, and it wouldn't be surprising if your Discord has some disgusting shit, like goat fucking.
And obviously, I'm still here, so you might as well think of another plan. Probably won't work because I'm a stubborn fucking ox. But good luck at trying to shut in someone up who's been on social media for over 20 years.
Social media hasn't been around for the past 20 years. Again, this bitch is a fucking idiot. Like I said, Christian's been around longer than Shani. And I'm sorry, I keep comparing Shani to Chris, but... Dude. The only way for you to be around for 20 years is that if you were basically the inventor of the internet. And frankly, you're not.
That's gonna be really... Did you get rid of Alex Jones fully? No, you fucking didn't. He's still speaking his mind, motherfuckers. You know why? We live in the United States of America, and it's called freedom of speech.
Yeah, but freedom of speech is limited to certain things, such as bullying, such as death threats, which you have made so many times in the past. You've called for the death of Nancy Pelosi. You've wished vengeance on people you didn't like. And you've threatened to murder people so many times.
And if you're offended by what I say, well, you know what? I've been offended by what you fucks say about me, and I've been silent until today.
Honestly, what's the point in all this? What is the point? I can only handle as much Shanny as I can, but I do it for everyone. And sometimes I expect... I'm not expecting to be compensated for it. I know people are doing their own shit right now because...
And I said something, and all of you, every single one of you, played victim marvelously, beautifully, and...
Are you fapping?
Well done at proving my point that you
Are you jerking Rev off? Because it sounds like you're jerking Rev off.
guys play victim whenever anyone says anything to you guys. While me, it's probably the last time you see me do something like this for a while, until I get a little itch up my ass to do it.
Or unless... Which, of course, you're going to do it again. And again. And again, and again, and again, and again. Because you crave attention. You want the attention. You can't live without the attention. Because your ego won't allow you to think of anyone other than yourself. And it has made you more susceptible to... Well, actually, it's made you more gullible and extremely impressionable to the point where, again, you can be easily manipulated by outside forces. People like G-Man, people like Tragic, and other people who share common enemies with you. Hell, your shit is not even original. Every time you basically use other people's... Well, actually, that sounds like me. But, again, Rev's not original. He's basically a parrot. And he basically repeats what he repeats what other people say.
Which will eventually happen knowing me, because I'm an impulsive bitch because I have BPD. But that's okay. We forgive each other for having BPD here. Because we're a BPD-loving fucking family here. Because, you know what? People with borderline personality disorder, I believe, were created by the Lord to call out people's bullshit.
Having having a disorder such as borderline personality disorder doesn't exempt you from criticism. Same thing with autism, which I'm pretty sure you're going to start claiming when people don't believe you have BPD. Because you basically have claimed to have every disease known to man. It wouldn't fucking surprise me if you start saying that you have autism and that's the reason why people should give you a pass.
Everyone with borderline will get exactly why I said that. Because that's what we do. We are interesting creatures. We are the opposite spectrum of a sociopath, one who does not feel, cannot feel, has no way of showing any empathy. The only emotions that they ever show are selfish ones, mainly anger. But borderlines, on the other hand, we feel everything. In fact, we're called hyper empaths, which means we not only feel for ourselves in a heightened manner, we feel for everyone else in a heightened manner.
Yes, that's what I said, Chrissy. She blames everything on her BPD. Kind of like how Christian blamed all of the shitty problems on his autism. It's a get out of jail free card for Shani. BPD is nothing more than a get out of jail free card for her. If she does something bad, she'll just use BPD as an excuse.
In a state of heightened emotion, which is basically, like normally it takes someone, most people have like 3 mood changes within a week. That's what normal people are like. A borderline, on the other hand, their mood changes 7 to 8 times a day. So you're dealing with that, which is kind of interesting, because most norms look at that behavior and they're like, assume that you're lying because your mood switches up so much. And not only that, if you get us to our either angry or really happy, it takes a long time for us to come down from said happiness or anger. And then you got this other thing that borderlines do, which is the numbness, which I love the numbness. When I don't feel a goddamn thing and I'm completely numb emotionally, those are good.
I think that numbness is basically the result of morphine addiction, which most of the videos she makes usually sounds like she is drugged up beyond recognition. I mean, she is fucked up, psychologically fucked up, and honestly, there's no repairing that. She is beyond the point of no return. She is beyond repair at this point. There is no roping her back to reality.
Times, I envy a sociopath for not being able to empathize sometimes. I'll be honest, because it would be nice not to have other people's emotions affect me. I'm just saying. So, I started out becoming a Christian and realizing that vengeance is not the way to go. It never will be the way to go, is vengeance. Vengeance is the Lord. I will repay thee, saith the Lord. So
you see, by saying that God avenges you, like I said, she doesn't know the first thing about Christianity. And she doesn't know the first thing about God. She thinks that God is her personal hitman. In actuality, I think, in my opinion, she views her relationship to God as some power fantasy. And that's what I believe.
It's like, you know what, Lord? If vengeance is really yours, I will give you said vengeance. I will give it and place it right in your hand. And I will test you to see if you will avenge me when I ask for vengeance. And you know what? He's proven me
that you're mentally unhinged, that you're beyond repair, and that you deserve to be locked up.
Right. Every time. He avenges me. I don't have to do a thing. I just sit and watch. And then I giggle.
That's not very Christian-like of you.
Because it happens. Like, me and G-Man were talking the other day about this, actually. I said I want to strip his vengeance away from him, because that's his number one problem in life, is vengeance.
She does want to be
Tila
Tequila.
Lord, and he agreed.
She basically stole that from Tila Tequila, the whole God avenges me thing. I am the bride of Christ, or something like that. She got that from Tila, because she has no originality. Honestly, if she started looking into Sonichu, she'd probably claim to have autism and claim to be a goddess, of a CPU goddess or whatever, and say that she believes in the dimensional merge. Maybe in an alternate timeline, she does believe that shit.
Agrees with me over this. But then again, he has this human nature in him that wants to just get them, get them. And
I am tempted.
Get that feeling, because it would be nice to see these people that hurt others taken down completely.
Murdered.
It would be nice.
So, you want people... Like I said, she wants everybody dead. That's basically what I keep saying. Shani wants everyone dead. She hates all of humanity.
I was diagnosed by the U.S. military with BPD and a therapist. You're dumb. Get the fuck off my channel.
That is no way to treat your audience. But then again, I don't expect much from someone like Shani, who is a complete an utter narcissistic demon and a heartless monster.
Anyway, let's see. Let's get rid of that idiot. And
there she goes, blocking people left and right. Because, again, if you don't stroke Shanny's ego, then you're automatically considered a hater or a monster in her eyes. That's how Shanny's mindset works. Shanny will only allow people who stroke her ego to be part of her abortive cult personality.
yeah. Have I moved? No.
Yeah, you ran
Not at
away.
all. So anyway,
Have you moved? You ran away, and I'm pretty sure that Rev's uncle kicked you out of the forever home that you were staying in.
where was I? Vengeance, yes.
I will have my vengeance too.
A lot of people online, they think or hear something they don't like from someone, and they think they should put vengeance on the person and destroy a person's life. That's some psycho fucking shit there. Ever thought about getting mad, minding your own fucking business, and letting the person live while you just can say they're a fucking asshole behind their back? Why don't you fucking do that smart thing? No.
Because you're an evil person. You are the most vile, disgusting person on this planet, inside and out. Well, actually, you're one of the most vile people I've ever seen on the internet, but that's just an exaggeration.
Just go on the attack and obsessively watch people's videos for hours and hours while talking shit about them and then saying they're the shitty person while you're the one who's talking shit about the person all the time. So I don't know how you rectify that in your brain. In fact, I don't know how you sleep at night knowing you do that shit to people.
I could see she's projecting. And this is the thing that most narcissists like to do. They like to project and shift the blame onto other people. Because they are so insecure about their selves that they want to feel validated for their pain.
But you know what? The Lord is Avenger, and there's plenty of people who have been taken down and learned their lesson from hurting me, okay? Plenty, okay? We got Big C, he had a fucking heart attack. Grampy Lobster had a fucking heart attack.
He never did have a heart attack.
You got Fab, Fit, and Geeky. She started shit with me, and then she ended up in a horrible car wreck, and then she changed her whole life after that because she realized it was God that got her for me.
No, that was a fender bender. That was a fender bender. And she's fine. It was just a fender bender. But, again, you believe whatever you want to believe, Shanny.
Because I told her it was going to happen. I literally warn you stupid fucks before it happens. Before it happens, I'm like, well, God's going to get you with that. Just watch. He's going to get you with that, and it happens. I warned Grampy Lobster, you're going to have a heart attack if you continue doing this to people.
This is basically a classic case of magical thinking. And this is a coping mechanism for Shanny. Is that because when shit doesn't go her way, she'll act like she can curse people. She'll claim that God is gonna attack people for her. That's what I call magical thinking.
I said the same thing to Big C. There it goes. I told my mom, after she did what she did to me, I said, God's gonna harden your heart. And guess what she ended up with? Myocardiomyopathy.
And you said that God was gonna kill your dad. Goes to show that, again, Shanny has no empathy for anyone. She's incapable of feeling any remorse. And she expects us to pity her? I don't think so. You are evil through and through.
And Yeah, her heart is like literally hardened. If you don't know what cardiomyopathy is, it's literally the hardening of your left ventricle of your heart. So literally, God hardened her heart after I said that, and she knows it's him.
That sounds
she
like
hasn't
saying
spoke to me since that happened, because she knows I'm right. She knows God avenges me. That's why my family doesn't even touch me, because they've seen it happen.
No, your family doesn't talk to you because they disowned you because you were a violent monster. You physically and verbally abused your relatives, even your siblings. Your parents disowned you due to your violent outbursts and your vile lifestyle. It's like
everyone
the
who
curse.
touches me, I give vengeance to the Lord, and the Lord takes care of me. So if you want to continue to come at me, that's fine. But in Jesus Christ's name, and in his authority, and in his will, I pray to him that he will avenge me the way he chooses to avenge me for everyone who hurts me, everyone who puts me down, everyone who degrades me as a person. I pray that God avenges me, and I give that vengeance unto him and not to myself. It is placed in his hand. It is a legal binding contract that I have done with the Lord right now, and there's nothing you can do with it. In Yeshua HaMashiach's name, amen.
I can tell. Oh my God, Shani, you sound like Von Helton right there. Wishing death on people by wishing God will kill the people who talk about you. That goes to show that you have no soul. And if I'm not mistaken in the Bible, God said God only helps those who help themselves. He's not your personal hitman. That's not how religion works. And you should know that if you've read your fucking Bible. But again, you cherry pick quotes and just hear what you want to hear because, again, you think that you're God's precious child. But you act like you're the spawn of Satan. Wishing death upon people who don't stroke your ego isn't something a real Christian would do. And you're not a real Christian, Shani. You never were. You think that calling yourself a Christian would mean that you should be excused of all the evil, stupid shit that you've done in the past. But again,
Amen.
Touch and agree.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
the curse Hameha.
Mind your own business, you cunt.
Yep. I am so glad I never went on this stream. Otherwise, I would have said, fuck you, go to hell, and I hope you burn for eternity, you spawn of Satan. But I knew my limits. I had my own shit to deal with. I had no time for Shani, because again, you're not the center of my universe, Shani, and you never were. Like I said, I have other cows to look at. As a matter of fact, there's Von Helton I should talk about. Because, again, you're boring me. So here's Von Helton.
Really can't. No.
You think it's the internet or is it the media?
Well, I'll tell you. See, the internet, where the internet goes wrong is that it allows people a level of anonymity that they normally would not have.
Right.
If these trolls and haters had their
if they did even a tenth of what they did in real life,
they'd be in prison.
They'd be in prison. They'd have their head pounded in,
or got their head pounded in. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
they talk that way to someone in real life.
Oh God, yeah. Back in the 70s, if they did half of the shit they're doing to my family, some concerned citizens would have taken them behind a billboard somewhere and beat the fuck out of them. I mean, That's how we rolled back in
Right.
the 70s. You know.
Yeah. You're not making... Like I said, this guy wishes death upon everyone. Hell, he's even talked about wanting to murder people in real life. There is no reasoning behind these assholes.
You know, you didn't fuck with somebody's families, and you sure as hell didn't fuck with their kids. Oh my God, no fucking way did you mess with somebody's kids. And I hate this top because my fucking pentagram wants to hide behind it. But yeah, man, you didn't fuck with nobody's kids back in the 70s. You would have got a beat down and a half, man. You know, see, with the internet, and that's what I mean though. But the internet gives people a level of anonymity they normally would not have. You know, normally you would know this person, you would see this person, you would know who they are. Welcome back, Krista. And you would understand, you know, who they were, what they were from, where they were from, what their intentions were, et cetera, et cetera. But see, on the internet, they have a level of anonymity where they can get away with shit that they normally wouldn't get away with.
Yep, this is Von Helton, Chrissy. And Von Helton, he is batshit crazy. He's just about as shitty. He is just about as batshit insane as Shani is, if not worse. This guy has told people that his gods are going to avenge him. His gods will kill for him. Doesn't that sound familiar to how Shani keeps saying that God will avenge her? Keep in mind that Von Helton claims to be a pagan, but he doesn't want to name the gods he preaches about. If anything, the gods are practically the voices in his head.
What should have been done right off the bat with the internet is that everyone should have been required to put their docs out there for public display. That should have been done immediately.
Why?
That would have stopped the trolls from doing what they're doing. That would have stopped online criminals from doing what they're doing. Because if your docs are out there for anybody to go see,
Well, what?
Why? So that you can go, so that you could send people after them so that you can go send people after them. This is something that I really hate when it comes to someone like Von Helton, is that much like Shani, Von Helton has no remorse. And you can see in those cold, deadless eyes of his that he shows no remorse for anyone but himself. Shani and Von Helton are the worst people on the internet.
Maybe an online internet like ID, but not. I would agree with what you're saying, but I think it shouldn't be like you log in and then bam, everyone sees it. Maybe the internet provider, or maybe the government, or maybe the corporation.
the internet providers and the
YouTube.
government ain't going
Right.
to do shit. I mean, but 20 fucking years I've been
Yeah.
harassed on the internet.
No, I get
by-
what you're
by
saying.
fuckwads.
Yeah.
Okay, if the
Well, you deserved it. You deserve to be harassed because, again, you're a horrible human being.
government gave a shit, if the ISPs give a shit, if anybody else give a shit, they would have been dealt with by now. Okay, so obviously nobody gives a shit. That's why I think everyone's doc should be on public display for anybody to go click on and look right at them, and that would solve a lot of this shit.
Right.
Or it will make things worse because, again, if someone puts public information out there, then anyone can find it. Even the most disgusting and vile people will find it. And you know what will happen? Yes. Murder, rape, and cannibalism. That's what'll happen. And you know what? Their death will be on your head, Von Helton. Same thing with Shani. If anything bad happens to people that you despise, it's on you. Karma is a bitch.
A lot of this shit would be solved. Now I know there's YouTube trolls Going to say, well, I don't give a fuck if anybody knows. Okay, well, good. Post them right now, motherfucker. Put them down in the comment section right fucking now.
I remember.
Exactly, Platty. Exactly, Platty. Von Helton only wants authoritarian. Von Helton wants a totalitarian dictatorship. Von Helton wants to have a totalitarian dictatorship, a sovereign state that only benefits him and him alone. Same thing with Shanny.
I remember I was a little kid. I was like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9. I don't remember exactly how old I was. This is late 90s, mid to late 90s. And there was someone running their gums, and we didn't know who it was.
Right.
And we as kids, we tried to, you know, we did like an investigation. We talked to our friends that weren't our friends, but friends of friends, and we tracked down the person to find. You couldn't hide. You were running your mouth, and you were trying to hide. You couldn't. You would be tracked down, and we would find you, and you would got what was coming. You know,
yeah,
on the internet.
That's what I'm saying.
In the internet, you don't know who it is. You know?
I supposedly had 16,000 subscribers. But yet a handful of them couldn't rise up and say, "Hey, fuckwads, leave this man alone."
Yeah.
You know, see, that's just sad. That's just fucking sad, man. It would not have happened in real life. I mean, if you're in a concert, and you start attacking a person on stage, what's going to happen to you? The fans in the audience are going to get really pissed off at you, right? You know, I mean, it's just that simple. Okay.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the internet does not instill that kind of dedication.
But you wanted to. You want to see your enemies suffer. Because, again, you're a horrible human being. You have no empathy for anyone. And honestly, I hope that one day someone steps up and exposes you for this. I hope someone sees this video and reports it to the authorities. Because honestly, people like you should be purged from the internet, Von Helton. People like you, Shanny, G-Man, Brett Keane. You shouldn't have an internet handle if you're going to spew hatred towards people who won't stroke your ego.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I hate to say this, but the good people that follow us don't want to speak out because they'll get relentlessly
They're afraid
abused.
you'll get attacked. Yeah.
These trolls and haters.
Good people? You mean, like I said, they want an echo chamber. All they want is a fucking echo chamber where it's just a bunch of people circle jerking each other. And that's what Von Helton strives for. Same thing with G-Man and same thing with Shanny.
And fools, they're so nasty, they're so vicious.
Well, see, that leads me to the next point. The point is that we need meaningful, comprehensive internet legislation put out by Rand Paul and the rest of Congress, and they fucking refuse to do it. Yeah. Other countries have done it. The UK has an anti-trolling law, and it's been on.
Honestly, Von Helton hates the Constitution. Because if they did that, then that would be a violation of the First Amendment.
On the books for years now. Why the fuck can't the United States do it? They can, they just don't want to.
Yeah.
They just don't fucking want to. We need comprehensive internet legislation passed by Congress, signed by the president, put into law, that protects the normal, common, everyday guy. See,
Von Helton still thinks that Trump is coming back. Von Helton still thinks that Donald Trump is president. Oh my god. God damn it. These staunch conservatards are... I don't know. Fuck this.
see, businesses are protected online. They have protection online. But see, you and me don't. And that's not right.
Yeah.
The ordinary common man should have rights on
Yes.
the internet and protections on the internet. Not
Exactly, Widow Son. Exactly. That's what he wants. He wants authoritarianism. But he also wants totalitarianism on the internet.
not just fucking businesses. That's not fair. It's not right. And
Yeah, I get you in that one, Vaughn.
yeah, that's
Because the state of Kentucky don't give a shit about him. Because the law is fucked in Kentucky. It's just a backwater state filled with rednecks and hicks. Filled with inbred morons like him.
definitely not right. And the fact that that doesn't it hasn't been I mean, the internet's been around since what, 2000, I guess, 1999, 1998.
Well, that's
2000?
when it became popular, but the internet's been.
Yeah.
The internet has been around during the 60s. It hasn't been... It was, the internet has been around since the 60s, but it hasn't, evolved into what it is now until the mid to late 90s. Until the 90s. So, yeah. Vaughn... Vaughn doesn't know the first thing about the internet, nor does he know the first thing about the Constitution. Like with most things, Vaughn only hears what he wants to hear. Sorry. Vaughn is basically... Vaughn takes Jordan Peterson's term to the conclusion because he is an oversized baby. I mean, he fucking wears he wears diapers, so that does make him a baby, an old infant. Exactly. He should have been he should have been put in jail for 20 years for abusing his kids. But again, like I said, Widow Son, the state of Kentucky doesn't give two fucks about that. Because he lives in a backwater state. He lives in a backwater county. And honestly, they're not going to care. The law sucks. I mean, look, they let people like Shanny run around. They let people like Shanny get away with their bullshit. It's fucked.
Well, a form of the internet has been around for a while, yeah.
For quite a while.
Yeah.
I remember using the internet for the first time in like 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, holy cow! But it was like the dial up.
Yeah.
Like so it was fun.
You've got mail.
Right, and it would take like
AOL,
3 hours to download one song.
Yeah.
It was like
Man, you got to hand it to AOL, man. I mean, boy, them motherfuckers were dedicated. every time I went to my mailbox, man, there's a fucking disc in the mail.
I
for
know,
AOL,
right?
Every dedicated
time.
motherfuckers. I got to give them that, Say what you want about AOL, but they're dedicated motherfuckers, boy.
And then I also got the Netscape
and Genie and Prodigy.
Yeah.
And, all of which I beta tested, by the way. That tells you how old I am.
Right.
But you know, the first one I beta tested was Genie. Then I beta tested Prodigy, and then AOL came along, and I beta tested AOL. So,
right.
You know, I've been around a long, long time, and you know, and like I said, really and truly, I think that there should not have been any anonymity allowed on the internet at all.
Yeah.
And that would have stopped a lot of this shit that's been going on: the hacking, the freaking, the trolling, the hate. You know, because if your fucking shit's out there for anybody to grab, you're going to be less likely to do stupid shit like that, right?
Right. It shouldn't have been usernames. Should have been just a name.
Your real fucking name, your real fucking address. You know, maybe not the
maybe
phone
not
number.
maybe not your address.
Maybe not your phone number, because that would be harassment. But you know, your name, your address, and you know,
John from New York. You know, at least something basic.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it would have prevented people from being
human trash.
Human trash. I was going to say assholes, actually.
That goes to show, yeah, Von Helton is not the type of person you should have around your kids. I mean, who knows what he's done to those kids? Who fucking knows? He must have done a lot of heinous shit to warrant them to not want to be near him.
Pieces of garbage at the area.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, you know, that this trolling shit has been going on for as long as it has, and not there is no agency to reach out to say, hey, you know, I'm being harassed online. It's free speech. No, it's not. It's harassment. You fucking know it is. But you know, they see these dumbasses.
It is free speech. It's not harassment. It's calling you out for all the things you have done. Because again, Von Helton, you are the worst person I've ever seen. Next to Shani, you're even more insane than him. Her. Exactly.
Like YouTube and Twitter, they want to fucking say, oh, it's free speech. No, it's not. It's harassment. You damn well know it is.
It's harassment if it doesn't convenience you. You say it's harassment because, again, it hurts your feelings if people talk about you. So you claim that anyone who talks about you is automatically considered a criminal or a terrorist or a damn dirty troll. Like I said, oversized baby.
You know, you got channels out there dedicated to some crazy old goat called Von Helton out in the middle of bumfuck Kentucky.
Exactly,
you know, and they've been having these channels for 20 years now. I think if you've got something for 20 fucking years dedicated to one man that you don't even fucking know, but that you enjoy harassing the fuck out of, I'd say that's harassment, and I'd say that individual needs to be permabanned at their MAC address.
Von Helton has been on the internet around the same time as Chris Chan, and a lot of people have made numerous comparisons between the two. Hell, even Secular Opinion saw some similarities between Von and Chris. The only difference is no one's found out whether or not Von Helton fucks his own mother, his 90-year-old mother with onset dementia. But if that comes out, oh boy, it's game over. If anyone finds out that Von Helton has been, doing things to Alice, he's gonna answer to. He's got a lot more. He would have a lot more to worry about than CPS, because again, he'd be taking advantage of someone who's in a weak position.
But see, YouTube is too much of a fucking coward to do shit like that.
I would say it should be taken out back of the barn and put down out of the misery as well.
YouTube. Let me be clear. Let me make it as clear as I can. YouTube are a bunch of pussies. They will not go after these trolls and haters and permaban them. They're a bunch of.
Oh. Oh my god. Dude. Honestly, I think it might happen. But it won't be for his mom. Oh, no. Maybe, Andrea, yeah. I'm pretty sure he has violated Andrea. Or, oh god.
Pussies. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. They're a bunch of pussies. They let these fucking bots handle most of the shit.
I mean, dude, Von Helton is a degenerate incarnate. He is the living he is one of the living, breathing examples of. He's basically one of the living, breathing embodiments of the phrase, "It only gets worse." And frankly, that's basically what I see with Von Helton, is that it'll only get worse with him. For him, it'll only get worse for him. Same thing with Shani. It'll only get worse for her. Unless someone steps in and intervenes.
That goes on. There isn't even a fucking human doing it. It's all bots. You know, what a bunch of sick pussies, man. They won't fucking enforce their terms of service. And that's the thing. Let's be clear about this. If YouTube had simply enforced their
Yes, Widow Son, yes. People who react to, people who do reaction channels, according to J-Dubs, people who do, reaction channels should be killed. That's basically the mentality that J-Dubs has, is that anyone who, reacts to, Von Helton or him, reaction channel, people who do reaction commentary should be murdered in cold blood. Yes. Or
their terms of service. Would I even be going through the hell I'm going through now? No.
Again,
because the people responsible would have been banned a long time ago. The people responsible for destroying my marriage and driving poor Andrea insane would have been gone before. And
you ruined your own marriage and you drove Andrea insane. It wasn't the damn dirty trolls. It was you, Von Helton.
Let's be clear. It's not just YouTube. It's Google. It's Twitter. It's Twitch. It's all of the social media platforms.
So you want to ban social media because you don't like it when people talk about you? Wow. You claim like I said, if it doesn't convenience Vaughn, if it inconvenience Vaughn, then it should be destroyed.
That for whatever reason they keep giving these damn haters an audience, and that's just not right. They need to be charged. They need to.
They make money off of it.
Well, yeah, that's the sad part about it. See, every time somebody clicks on something, YouTube makes money, Twitch makes money, Twitter makes money. They all make money every time somebody clicks on something, and that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But see, they still should be required to obey the laws. They should be allowed to,
Von Helton will only obey the law if it conveniences him. If not, then he'll say that everyone is wrong, that the government is wrong for taking his kids, that it's the trolls' fault that Andrea went insane. He doesn't take full responsibility for what he's done. And he blames everyone else for all his own failures. That's basically what I see from Von Helton. Harassment
is pretty much international. If you're harassing somebody, you know it's wrong, you know it's a crime, might not be a felony, but
Exactly.
it's a misdemeanor. It's still a crime. Still got to go to court. Still got to stand in front of a judge. Okay, so,
And let's not forget that J-Dubs suggested that a second 9/11 should happen. You know what I mean? He suggested that Von Helton should do a 9/11 on CPS. What does that say about him?
it should have been dealt with. This shit should have been dealt with a long time ago. And all YouTube would have had to done was simply enforce their terms of service, which they refused to do. They refused to do. And so now I no longer have a wife, a marriage. And, these people like Dragon Jim, who's an ex-police officer.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, it's the same one!
Hey, Billy, the only reason Missy Ann fucked you was you gave her meth.
You look like, look at, you're one to talk, Shani. Look at you. You look like you're messed out of your fucking mind. Same thing with Rev. Who's there to...
That's the only reason she would fuck your ugly ass. She had to be high off of her gourd.
Oh my god. How much of a narcissistic cunt do you have to be? Anyway, let's move on from Shani and Vaughn to this asshole, McHenry Cruiser.
Till next time. Boom. Yo, what it is, homie? What it is, cuz? Yeah. So, look, I got my piercings. I got the piercings and the green goatee. Listen, now, you might be wondering why you're doing this to yourself. It looked better before. You're ruining yourself and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I love negative attention.
Baba Booey.
In fact, I was just in the grocery store procuring several items,
Well,
including almond milk and Propel.
like I said, Shani claims that she's not on drugs, but you know damn well that she is high. Like she said, you know why? She's making these videos, and she's fucking high as a fucking kite. They have kids in the same, under the same roof, and they're doped out of their gourd. Missy Ann is a nice person and she is very sweet. She has nothing like what tragic describes her to be. No. As a matter of fact, I might have to, one of these days, if I get the chance, I might have to see if I can invite her on one of my streams, like a co-host, have her as a co-host on one of my streams, just to spice things up.
Water and split.
Because I'm going to be doing more. I'm thinking about doing some co-host streams through Discord.
Various things. And the cashier looked at me, bestowed eyes upon me, like I was the biggest weirdo she ever saw. Like she wanted to say something about it. She wanted to ask me about it. I could tell. I could sense that.
In case you don't know who this fucker is, this is McHenry Cruiser Bad Boy. He is the widest. He is basically Wonder Bread. He is basically Miracle Whip on Wonder Bread, but he basically thinks it's sriracha.
She wanted to ask me, hey, what's up with the green goatee? But she held back. She bit her tongue because I guess she didn't want to seem rude. Maybe she didn't want to get...
Yeah, when I was sending out invitations to my Discord, my the voice channel, I kind of missed a few messages, and I'm like, oh, damn it, I forgot. Again, I was asleep.
in trouble. Maybe she thought I'd go to the manager and whatnot. Who knows? But yeah, so it's already working, and the look is going to evolve. So one of my homies told me to
oh my god, McHenry, one of my subscribers, Leslie McButt, suggested I look at this guy, because wow.
I'll get some elf ears from Amazon, and I'm not gonna wear elf ears. I'm not gonna go that far, because it'd cover up the number one, the piercing, it'd cover that up. And I just don't want to wear fucking elf ears. I don't. The tattoos are going to be next.
Oh,
on my
you're going to love it.
I'm going to have on one of these sides me in a straight jacket, symbolizing my mental health issues that I got going on. And yeah, and some people might say that sucks. Oh, that sucks because it's not a snake or a scorpion or barbed wire or something to that effect. Something manly, you know. So what? Me and...
Yeah, this guy started a GoFundMe to get tattoos. I just want to let you know he did that.
A straitjacket symbolizing mental health, that's what it's going to be. Then on the other arm is going to be a pinup girl, a schoolgirl with the glasses and the schoolgirl uniform and all that, signifying my love of women.
Oh, I would invite Widow's Son on one of my streams in the near future. That's probably going to be for when I do like one of those guest streams. Like, I gotta make a schedule of that shit.
Certainly, my love of getting jiggy with it, at least.
Getting jiggy with it? What is this? 1993? Nobody used that term. Nobody says that term anymore. Getting jiggy with it. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Back in yesteryear. So, yeah. God, it's getting fucking hot in here. I'm sweating, amigo. And by the way, listen, I made a GoFundMe. I'm going to link that in the video description and pin that in the comment section to the top. I only got one donation.
One donation. Dude. Step up your game. Step up your fucking game. If you got one donation, then you're doing something wrong. Ugh. Woo.
I only got one freaking donation. By my homie Greg Descant. Thank you for your $15.
Freaking donation. Oh my god. Dude. Oh my god, this guy. Oh my god. He's basically like he's basically the whitest person you've ever known.
Donation. You were the only one. Now listen, where's the Cruiser Army? Where's my fans? Where's my...
He sounds like Kermit. He sounds like he's doing a piss poor job at doing an impression of Kermit the Frog. My favorite amphibian.
Homies. I got a bunch of thumbs down on my last video. Stop giving me thumbs down. I do not appreciate the thumbs down because...
Even I don't act like this. I don't appreciate the thumbs down.
I'm just trying to change my image. That's it.
One.
I want people to talk shite. I want people to look at me.
You can't curse? Oh my god. This is what happens when you think
me like, hey, is he going to like snatch my purse on the way out of this grocery store? Is he No. When people look at you, they're gonna laugh at you, and they're just gonna laugh at you because, again, you have a green goatee. Oh my god. You're too much, dude. You're really too much. I leave my car idling because my puppy dog's in the backseat sleeping. Is he gonna get in and drive
He looks like
to Florida?
He looks like he shaves his eyebrows. my god. I'm sorry. That was funny.
Florida or freaking Mexico and
Frickin' Mexico.
sell it on the black market. Is he going to do that? I want people having those thoughts.
My favorite amphibian.
So yeah, I'm going to get inside before my phone burns up later.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, so moving from one loser to another loser. Here is Zawarn.
Oh,
Hey, Corgi.
oh, boys and girls. Came down to downtown Spokane Saturday night. Bars are hopping. No money in the pocket.
No money in the
A lot of
pocket.
fat rides. A lot of whips. Socialist generation. A lot of fucking hot bitches.
Which you're never gonna fuck. Let me hear that again.
Oh,
Excuse me.
oh, boys and girls. Came down to downtown Spokane Saturday night. Bars are hopping. No money in the pocket.
You don't deserve. Of course you don't have any money,
A lot of fat rides.
which you will never drive.
A lot of whips.
Which you'll never drive.
Socialist generation.
Which you'll never be part of.
A lot of fucking hot bitches.
Which you'll never have sex with.
What do you do? I think if you're Gen X, you should just come down here and stick your dick inside all these hot women. With consent, of course, because what you're advocating is wrong.
Whoosh. Now we're getting to the meat of it.
Do you know who I am? You know what I stand for, comrade? Treat these women to respect and fuck the shit out of them, Gen X.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is... Alright, sorry. Now, more of the Wern.
The game I'm working on now, I kind of want to call the Thief of Counselors, or just Thief. Because, well, I know there's got to be a game called Thief out there. There's 100,000 board games listed on Board Game Geek, and I haven't looked that up, but I'm sure there's a game out there just called Thief, because it's simple. There's probably more than one called Root, other than the popular game Root. If that's taken, I'll probably just go with the monarcho-communist, because that's clever too. The way I described it to my stepdad is kind of like Rummy meets Tetris, but it's more like Rummy meets Magic the Gathering meets Tetris. So you're going to have a board that's going to be about the size of a Monopoly board. It's going to be a 2-board game.
Nope.
On that board, you're going to place 36 tiles, and they're all going to be face up. And those tiles you'll get to draw from. You'll draw from a bag of 100. The last video I said 300. I think I can do it with 100. I'll just do 5 of each kind of tile. And then doubles. So it's not too complex. You're going to lay out your tableau, which is going to be 5 face down tiles that you're going to draw from the bag. And then you're going to draw 36 with your gaming partners and put them...
Who would play this game? Who would play a game like this? Honestly, you could have had the success if you invested in making these games. Instead, you're just wasting your time just bitching about how no Gen Z girl's gonna have sex with you.
Within the framework of the main board. So every turn you're going to draw 3 of them, they're face up, and they're going to see what they are. You're going to put those in like your temporary tableau, and people are going to look at that, like they'll see what you got. And then you're going to remove 2, or you're going to take one from your tableau and say, look, this is the one that I'm going to attack with on the next turn. So you lay those out, and then the next turn you do your attack. Unless you want to remove it and change it. No, that doesn't make much sense, does it? Yeah, that does make sense. I'm kind of spitballing it, but you could remove or change it like, oh, the one I laid out this turn, I don't really like, so everybody displays the one at once, what they're going to attack with, and then your turn you're like, I think I got a better one, because you're going to draw and replace from the board, your tableau, or you're going to draw one from the bag. So you're going to have between 8 and 32 options, and they're all going to be Tetris shapes. They're all going to be big enough to contain what's on the tile. It's going to be like big enough tile to show those 3 things or 4 things or 2 things or 1 thing that's on your hexagon tile, because you'll have several options for attacks. So when you lay one down, it might have 4 different attacks, but you don't know what they're going to go with. They're going to go with like maybe the rain cloud, or maybe they're going to go with the bubble gum on the ground, or whatever the hell it is. A cow pie. You're going to have like abilities, hazards, friends, enemies. You're going to have 10 different things. In fact, I can kind of show you where I'm going with this, because I have this drawn out.
No.
I have other ideas for games. My game book is just stuffed with different shit. So it'll look somewhat like this. I know it's all backwards, but that's the way it goes. And that just explains what I was just talking about. You're going to draw one from either your tableau, or you're going to draw one from the board, or you're going to draw one from a bag. You're going to have these different shapes, like, I guess you can call them polygonal shapes, kind of like Tetris had polygonal shapes, or Isle of Cats, or whatever. You're gonna have those shapes that you can decide on, like you're gonna have your food, you're gonna have your ability, you're gonna have your enemy, your memory, different ideas. And the object is to fill in these feats. I might call it a ward to make it more like in tune with communism, but monarcho-communist would be an interesting story, because you overthrow the monarchy, you institute what would become communism.
Oh, no. Not that.
Communism as a term didn't come around until 1867, but
I'm pretty sure you'd be in favor of communism. If you were, you'd probably get all the Gen Z girls.
You're going to have... it's going to be a mix of communism and monarchy. The monarchy is still there.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess you could say that. I mean, what do I know about making board games? I'm just an artist.
But it's not really expanded upon in this game. I might do a sequel that talks more about the monarchy, and you might realize, oh, these aren't humans, or something like that. I don't know. But it'll be something like that. It'll be a continuation. So you're going to try to fill in these spaces.
Wow. That is some artistic talent right there. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Because he sucks.
A really small board, you know, just like a 4x4 like Monopoly thing. And so you're going to collect things.
He doesn't put it in he put it, oh, sorry. he doesn't put much thought in anything. Spiritual God Warrior 420. I mean, you've seen his cooking. He doesn't put that much thought into his cooking. He just uses stuff that he bought with his EBT cards and uses a toaster oven. Don't worry, Rick. I think we already have something like that. It's called Risk.
Have options, and you're going to try and fill in for points and get as much points as you can. There's a lot of strategy to it because you can fill in like the 5-point ones, which are the small cubes, or the 10-point ones, or the 20-point ones that you have to work harder and longer to get. You see what I mean? So you have different options on your tiles too, and options to where you draw from the bag, the board, or go from your tableau.
Yeah, you put much thought into this shit. Money, power, and greed! We're socialists! Yeah, you put much thought in that shit. And here's the word I know.
Man, Black Lives Matter gets a lot of hot women. And I'm not just talking about the black guys. I'm talking about everybody. But then you tell them that you're Generation X. And suddenly I gotta roll pockets at you because you gotta be some bigot about some shit, Gen Z. Oh!
Money, power, and greed! We're socialists! Now here's a classic Kasuba from May 24th, 2021. This was when she was getting evicted from her last place.
So, fun fact, I do actually have relatives. My father pays for my phone, and my grandmother and my aunt won't speak to me anymore.
I wonder why.
And my mom has just recently blocked me because I was trying to figure out how much support she's willing to give me, and she doesn't like thinking about hard things, so I don't know when she's gonna unblock me from that conversation.
I just want to show how much pathetic she can be. This is an old Kasuba video. The goat lady. Oh, sorry. I figured out. Yeah, I don't. That only works on StreamYards. I can only get it to work on StreamYards. Apparently, Streamlabs doesn't like using snap filters. That's why I only use it on StreamYards. Or maybe on OBS, but...
None of my relatives have even shared our GoFundMe. My fiance's mom gives us like 20s every once in a while when she can afford to.
Dude, I have posted the link to the PayPal in the chat. But I'm giving y'all the option to check it out.
And my roommate, their family keeps making promises to come get some of their things and take them to storage for safety, but they always come up with an excuse not
Like
to.
the stream, folks. Yes, like the stream, folks.
They haven't
Like the stream,
done
folks.
anything with our GoFundMe either.
Anyway. Let's take a look at some Mary.
And yes, before you begin telling me I'm lying, I can prove that my family sued me last year while I was homeless. It's in the video on my channel called All About the Will. Go watch it. It very clearly shows my younger sister bragging about their lawsuit against me and how she was going to laugh and wave money in front of my face when she won. I'm not lying. That happened. And I documented it, which is why they want my YouTube shut down, because they want all the documentation of it gone. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, we know, Mary. Anyway. Dun 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 da da dun dun dun. I'm just gonna take a look at some classic Mary.
I have memories of laying in bed at night and listening to my father beat my mother, listening to her scream and cry, listening to things being shoved around and wondering if that was going to be the night that he killed her. Keep telling me I have nothing to heal from, that nothing ever happened to me.
Nothing did happen to her, by the way. Nothing did happen. Well, we don't know if anything happened to her since, again, like what AP said, nothing about this woman screams happy childhood. So I would believe that something did happen to her, but it's not the way she describes it.
You were not there, but you have denied and deflected. You want to talk to me about talking about things I was not there for. Even when I talk about the things I was there for, you deny it. You weren't in my father's truck on those weekends when he took me to my grandmother's. You weren't there. You weren't there. But you're fine denying it.
Of course they weren't there. They had their own lives to live.
Not okay.
No.
Nobody cares, but that's...
Oh, sorry.
I'm so tired of being called a liar about things that I am not lying about, and the people that are calling me a liar were not even there.
Of course they weren't there. Of course they weren't there. Like I said, no one, your family doesn't revolve around you.
My aunt did not live with us. Nobody was in the truck on those nights with me and my father when he took me to my grandmother's. Nobody was there.
I think she confuses her father with Kenneth McBride.
Nobody else.
I think she has a habit of confusing people. Like how she describes her father is basically how she described Kenneth McBride the night Roberta Laws was murdered.
Was in the house with me and my husband the nights that he would beat me.
Same thing with her
Nobody
ex-husband
was there the night
Stephen.
that I ran in the bathroom to hide from him, and I pushed my feet against the toilet, and he came banging on the door.
Yes.
And the lever.
Yes, exactly.
caused
She's
the
in
toilet
another
to
state.
Come off its base.
She is in another state. She has no time to pander to this screaming harpy.
That night, the neighbors had to come, and they took him away. Like, literally. They heard me screaming after I broke a window because I thought he had broken my back. And the neighbors came down and picked up trucks and shotguns, and
What?
they put him in the back of their truck and they drove him out of town.
What?
And put him in a hotel for the night and told him that if they ever saw him down there again, they would kill him.
What? Where? This? I had never heard about
That
this.
happened.
I've never heard about this one. Was this in her story? Was this in her book? This is all new to me. This is all new to me.
And you were not there to deny it, but you're going to anyway.
You know what Aunt Kathy was doing, Mary?
my family accuses me so much of
So much shit, yes.
being hurt just because of the money. It's got nothing to do with the money. It's got to do with the fact that nobody will admit to what happened. For so many years. Keep the money.
Nah, they're not related. No, they're not related.
All I want to know is why didn't you ever do anything to protect us?
You mean you, Mary? Why didn't they protect you? Because they were living in a different state! That's why they didn't protect you! I mean, how hard is it to get that through your thick skull? You look like fucking Frankenstein's monster with that haircut, too.
Why didn't you do anything to protect me, or my brother, or my sisters, or your sister?
I know.
Everybody in this
I know.
knew what was happening in that house.
Get down, get down.
And not only did you do nothing to protect the children in that house, you've spent months now lying, detracting, belittling, and making people believe that I deserve to be abused.
I've seen better
I can't
acting
just
from...
get over it.
I've seen better acting from those shitty acting reels on YouTube. Those, you can shop or find at 2 or 4 stores, 5 or 6 stores. You can shop at 5 or 6 stores, or you can shop at one. Those audition. I've seen better acting from those shitty audition cringe compilations.
Making people hate me and believe that I deserve to be abused does not answer the question of why you didn't do.
Platty. She's too lazy to put in the effort of auditioning. That means she has to go to work. And she doesn't want to work, Platty.
Do anything to
That
stop
takes
it.
effort.
When I was a child, when did your desperate need to protect the children begin? When your children started having children? But other children, they didn't matter. That's what I'm really mad about.
How are you?
You can say it's this or that, you can say it's money or property. What I'm really mad about, what eats me up, what comes back to me every night is, why didn't anybody stop it?
Because...
Why are they so insistent upon defending him, even now?
Because... it never happened, Mary. It never fucking happened. It only happened in your mind, and it only happened in your book. It only happened in your book, Mary.
He's been dead for so long and nobody will speak the truth about who he was. Nobody will tell.
Nobody will believe you.
Why do you have such a desperate need to defend him?
Because it never happened, Mary.
Why do you want to defend him so badly?
Because it's not that they want to defend him, it's the fact that they know
Why didn't anybody ever love us enough
that never happened.
to stop him?
Because it's not their place.
What was wrong with us that we didn't deserve to be protected as children?
Because you're not their
Regardless of
children.
how you see me today, what was wrong with me as a child that you did not see me as deserving of being protected? Just answer that one question for me. Why didn't you ever do anything to stop him?
Because it's not their place, Mary. It was never their place to begin with. She won't. Oh, I already covered this one. And now, to finish this off, is a segment from our dear old Aunt Kathy. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm putting Optimus Prime together. Optimus Prime ain't got time for Mary's problems. And by the way, Mary, Optimus Prime ain't got time for your problems. He busy. Stop fucking with Optimus Prime. He ain't got time for your problems. He's busy saving the world from the Decepticons. Alright, let's hear a word from our dear Aunt Kathy, who is so much of a sweet, loving woman, and I would love to have her on one of my shows in the near future. I miss her.
You know, I shouldn't have looked at anything today except for the ones I like watching, but I did. And I just got to say this. I got to talk about truth.
Who's truth?
Truth must mean different things to different people. But the truth only means one thing to me, and that's what actually happened.
What did happen,
And
Mary? I mean, Aunt Kathy.
What is true and factual and can be proven. I am so angry right now. I can't even put into words how angry I am. I'm angry because I see that certain people lie about traumas in their life. They lie about everything in their life. They lie about their life. They lie about lying. And to them, they want to call it truth. And they want to attack people that hadn't even looked at them in a while. They want to attack somebody. And for this particular one, it's always her family. Me, exclusively.
Exactly. And that's basically... And kudos to you, Aunt Kathy, for putting up with this bullshit. Because any normal, sane person would see this bitch and realize, yeah, she's fucking insane. And really, anyone would look at her and see, yeah. Hell, yeah, she's not worth anyone's time. And I agree. She is not worth anyone's time except ours. Well, except for mine. But who am I to judge?
which is amazing, considering that I haven't been able to do anything in a little while. But I'm getting better, and with that getting better, I've developed quite an anger.
She's only going to get better. And honestly, we need Aunt Kathy now more than ever. Because, again, Mary's back. And it's only a matter of time before Aunt Kathy decides to get under her skin. Because it's only a matter of time before Mary looks at what Aunt Kathy's been doing and start to, like, berate her. But we all know that's inevitable, right? Right, guys?
And I'm going to tell you a little story, which is the true story, a real true story, about someone who really was traumatized, someone who has fought for her life, someone who was attacked and held against her will, someone who had to struggle to survive, someone who had to run out of the woods into someone's backyard and was saved by the people that lived there.
Is that Mary?
Who every day lives with post-traumatic stress, and it shows. Every day a car would ride by and it would just kind of put a fear in them, and you could see it in the way they walked and the way they talked. I tell you, I am so sick of hearing people like the one talk about anything that she has no idea what the hell she's talking about.
Exactly.
I have never had such disgust and hatred in my heart as I have.
Neither have I, man.
Just for a little
Kathy.
gift to you. I'm going to be back and finish telling this because it does have an ending, because I'm going to tell you everything. What goes around does come around, trust me. What goes around comes around. And you know, ironically, the one that attacked her, someone's so close to me. So close to me, it's as if I have felt her heartbeat. You know what? I prayed and I thought about moving to take them away from here. I thought many, many things. And it was just so ironic that last week we got a call from the prison that they died. And I'm going to tell you something. I felt a couple of things. I felt relief that my girl was safe. I felt relief that no other woman would go through what she went through. And I did feel a tad bit sadness for her, for the woman that gave birth to that criminal. And I haven't talked about it because she can't talk about it yet. And I haven't said anything because it's a very painful time to talk about. I am just so livid right now. I don't want to keep going on about how mad I am, but I am so livid that you have the audacity to even blame your family for anything when they have done nothing but just survive on their own. No one sued your dumbass. No one wants anything you got or have ever had. In fact, if it did, they would have took it when they had the right to take it. So get over your dumbass self. And you know who I'm talking to, Mary.
Mary Barone.
Did you hear what I said, Mary? Get over yourself.
Yeah. Listen to Aunt Kathy. Get over your fucking self, you selfish bitch. No one stole anything from you. It wasn't even yours to begin with. It was always Mima's. You are such a selfish little brat who cares about nobody. Nobody but yourself. And you are nothing more. And that's what you'll ever be. And that's what you'll always ever be, Mary Barone. Is nothing more than a selfish idiot, selfish brat who will blame everyone but herself for all her own problems. And honestly, if you don't like it, then go find someone else who gives a damn. Because we don't care about you. We never did. Nobody cares about you, Mary Barone. You're a waste of life. And, yeah. That's pretty much what I have to say about her. I'm just about to end it right here. And before I end this, I just want to let you guys know that I love you guys. You guys mean a lot to me, and I thank you for all the support. Sometimes I don't get that much viewers on my streams, first off, and sometimes I do. But with the support that comes from you, even if it's late nights or mid-mornings or mid-afternoons, it means a lot to me that you guys show up, that you guys give a damn. Because honestly, I wouldn't have done this without you. I wouldn't have done this without you. I'd still be doing God knows whatever, lurking around. But it's this help from you guys that makes it worthwhile. And again, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell notifications to get updates on when I'm going to upload, which is usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Maybe not this Friday, because I'm going to be out of town this Friday. But when I do come back, I'm going to do some shows when I get back. Maybe a Labor Day show, depending on what happens. But again, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing up. If you wish to support me again, the links are in the description as well as in the chat. Feel free to share this with your friends. Let everyone know that Rickzilla sent you. And that being said, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing up. And I'm Rickzilla. And I will see you guys in the near future.